The headspace I'm in is so crazy to the point where I don't know what I want in this life anymore. I've tried a lot of ideas. I've gone through the paces of life. I've done everything that I feel like I should be doing correctly. And I still have stagnated and still have not grown any. And while it might sound like I'm complaining at first, believe me, it's just been an okay experience. I don't really have my qualms about it too much to a point. It's more like, hey, this is going wrong for me and I don't know what to do. I've been doing YouTube for 7 years consistently and been on the site, at least uploading, for over like 12, 13 years. And that really does not encapsulate the amount of unlucky just things that have happened to me. But I won't get into that too much. What I really want to get into is just having people understand from my perspective how things have gone. I was never a person who cared about views or subscribers, and I still kind of don't, but even today I care more than I did when I was like 17 or even last year. What I care about more is entertaining people, and that's my main objective. And if the most amount of people can watch my video and be entertained, then that's a great time. And maybe they'll think to subscribe or like the video. I don't really push those two things in my video content unless it's at the end, and most people don't even make it to the end unless it's a funny video or a shorter video. So that's an interesting fact. However, I pigeonholed myself into a specific kind of content for about a year, or at least for 100 videos, and I don't still know if I can get out of that situation. To explain, I started making free for all videos for a very, very long time. I wanted to do it ever since Gen 7, when a lot of the creators I looked up to, and still do to this day, were making those kind of videos. And I wouldn't say they were at their height in Gen 7, but they were definitely at their peak. I like to think that Gen 6 and ORAS was definitely a better time for those videos because they were just less edited, and I personally feel like they were more fun back in Gen 6, but everybody has their own opinion. And I decided to start making videos probably a little bit through Gen 8. I finally got everything together. I got my PC, I had an Elgato already. All I had to do was learn how to do it. And I did. And it worked out. First 100 videos, I mean, realistically, you couldn't talk about my growth without mentioning the FFA videos. I went from probably measly 200 to 300 subscribers all the way up. Just kept going. It was crazy. And I was gaining views out the ass. You know, when you really look at the first 100 of those videos, you can notice how much the views are just going up. I mean, hell, my first ever video still is one of my favorite videos of all time and still probably has a lot of the views that I wish I had on current day videos. And that's not to say, mind you, that I'm not thankful for that. Of course, I'm thankful for that shit, you know? It's just more so that it grossed 1,000 recently. It hit 1,028 views, I'm pretty sure, pretty recently. And when you look at the first 100 videos that I've ever had, or at least the first 100 FFAs, a lot of them are very much doing better than anything I've ever seen before. Not even knowing my analytics off the top of my head, one of the first few FFAs was one of my best viewed videos for a very long time until I made that Garchomp short. And even then, that short is great, but it surprised me how well it did, you know? Regardless, though, I pigeonholed myself into this scenario where my FFA videos, if I was uploading them consistently, they would always do well. But if I stop, I effectively will kill my channel until I start uploading them consistently again. And mind you, I didn't care about tags or any of that SEO stuff. They just did well off the strength alone. And I mean that. Like, a lot of my more recent videos and FFAs included, Cards Against Humanity, wherever have you, are going to do at least better than what most of my videos could do based on SEO. But even then, some of them just do bad. And it's not surprising to me when I stop and look at it and say, I don't want to make those kind of videos anymore. Because wow, the SEO is so good and then they do so bad. I even post them at the right time during the day. So I've gone through a lot of up and down despite trying to do everything by the book. And when I don't do things by the book, everything goes a lot better, is my main point. When I say 100 days, I mean quite literally, I uploaded from March 11th until like, I don't even remember the day I stopped uploading FFAs consistently. At least the first 100 were consistent. And it was from March till September 21st, 2020. That's a long time to upload goddamn free for all videos. You're probably sitting there to yourself like, what? That doesn't make sense. The math doesn't add up. Well, of course it doesn't. I didn't upload on weekends. So you take out like 2 days. So it was 5 days a week though. FFA after FFA after FFA after FFA. 4 FFAs a week. That's a lot of time dedicated to something that I'm doing basically for free. And I grew my channel off of that. So it is something to say that I wish I could go back to that kind of mentality, but I burned myself out. I burned everybody out in my friend group of doing these things. And even though we'd love to keep doing them, and we will most certainly, don't worry, it's very telling how I talk about them in perspective rather than in present day form. You know, I would love to keep making those videos constantly, but I want to branch out and do other things. The issue is that I don't feel like other people, especially the people who I consider to be my friends or even my closest acquaintances, if that's the name we're going with, do they even watch my videos? I'll just be honest. I know a ton of my friends don't watch my videos. I know a ton of them don't even care about what I upload or when I upload this. They're not going to hear this message. I just wish that a lot more of the people that I associated myself with, who I support on a daily basis, who I go individually to your Twitter and I make sure to try and support you or go on YouTube, whatever, watch your videos, whatever it is. I don't say anything about it. I just do it because you're my friend. I wish the same energy was kept. But I know it won't be, and I know it won't ever be. So I don't ever want it to make it too weird of a conversation that I'm begging. Because honestly, I know it's not going to happen, so there's no reason to even beg about it. I just wish the energy was reciprocated, I guess, if that's the right word. But regardless, I want to make different content. And I'll probably change up my channel icon or something else around that. And feel like it's time to change up what I make. And FFAs are still going to be on the channel, maybe not as consistently, but they'll still be on the channel. I want to realistically hire a few people as full-time editors, but I need to start making more money, of course. So once I make more money, I'll hire probably a few people to be full-time editors for specific videos, get the quick turnaround time and get those out. But regardless of that, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. What I really want is for people to understand that I've been doing this a long time and I'm not even seeing mobility anymore. I used to see it back, you could even go back a few months, and I was still growing at a pretty nice rate. But I stopped at around 700 to 795 subscribers. That's where I keep going up and then going back down. And not for nothing. I'm not helping myself by not uploading anything. But this is into my next point. I've not mentally been here for I don't even know how long. I still think about a lot of personal life things, and when work's not giving me the hours I would like to have, then it's kind of just like I'm sitting here at home wondering what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. You know, I could be recording, but everyone else is busy, and then I eventually will get called into work or some bullshit like that, and then I'm at work, and I'm just sitting there alone with my thoughts some of the day, just like, what am I doing with my life? it's very apparent that I am just not doing the greatest. And I haven't been doing the greatest for a very long time. And honestly, I don't know what to do. I want to make different videos, but if there's not going to be support on those videos, what's the point? What's the point in telling people that I still have the Black and White 2 video literally just a week away from being fully edited down, mixed, and it'll be out and can be out, but no one's going to watch it? Who cares if I want to record a backyard sports video and make that entire thing if no one's going to watch it? What's the point if I don't take any risk, you know? And I really do want to take that risk, but if the video does bad, then the risk isn't doesn't matter at that point. I took it and it went poorly. But there isn't really any risk, right? I'm not making money off of my videos. I'm making $2 or anything off of my videos, or pennies to the dollar, honestly. I'm doing this out of the fun of it. But I really would like to turn this into something that at least I can make a little bit of passive income off of, you know? But it doesn't feel like that's ever going to happen. And it hurts to say that because I really wanted this to be something I can make passive income off of while I do something else. So, at least starting from this video, whenever it goes up, because I don't know when it's going to go up, and moving onward, I'll try to throw up something on the channel that might be a really different video that hopefully people watch. I'll do more dubs, I'll do more just analysis videos, whatever it takes. So I want to hit 1,000 for the end of this year. And it's really looking grim that we're 7, almost 8 months down, and I haven't even hit 800 yet. But I don't know. I just thought giving you guys this insight to how I'm feeling and just listening to me talk would be better than having to see my face or see any gameplay. At least you know that this is very much a serious topic. This is very much a serious video. And probably an update that I have been wanting to make, but I haven't been in the right headspace, nor has my mind been in the right place for the longest of time. But you wouldn't be able to guess that. I'm always so loud and rambunctious in calls. I'm so, obviously just obnoxious. I speak too much. And there's probably a percentage of people who really don't like me for that reason, or at least would prefer not to be in calls with me. And I'll tell it to you like this. Just tell me if I'm being too loud or some shit. Believe me, I'll realize. I won't cave in. I'll just be like, okay, I'll tone it back a little bit. But otherwise, I know how I get. I know how I act. I never know when it's too much. And I wish people told me that more. And I wish, sometimes I wanted to be around people a lot of the time. Which, honestly, I don't know. I don't know how many people I really want to be around at this point that often. I've started hanging around people who are in the draft league community, and even then there's so much quote unquote drama happening. People don't like other people, or people aren't just straight up talking to other people just to get things expressed, or at least trying to communicate their point, so at least there's a conversation to be had rather than just talking shit behind each other's backs. And I do it, but at least for me, I acknowledge that I do it. And I've said my piece about how much I don't like certain people, or the way that they battle, or the way that they talk. But at the end of the day, I don't talk to them. I don't talk about them as often as other people talk about others. And at least they're not living rent free in my head. And I feel like that's a pretty big point, but whatever, It's not like it's going to make a difference. A lot of the people who are watching this video aren't people who are a part of that group of people that I talk about. And honestly, I don't know. And I guess I'll talk about it briefly. My draft league videos don't do great, and they will never do great because I don't take draft league very seriously. I would prefer to win, but at the end of the day, it's Pokemon, so I can only get ever so angry. But, I hope people who are hoping for their videos to do well understand that you're also in my position when it comes to wanting your videos to do well. Either you take it super duper seriously or you don't. And you have to identify to yourself whether you want to do this for fun or do this for views, because you can do both, but you're going to get upset when harsh reality hits that views aren't going to be there. The people who that message is for will probably not see this. And that's okay. This is just me talking about what's on my mind. And honestly, it'll be the raw file uploaded and you'll be able to hear it from my perspective or just hear it in general. And maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't. Hopefully you do, but obviously you probably won't. Because like I said, a lot of the people who I fuck with the most or people who I talk to the most do not watch my videos. Or at least they don't watch them fully. And I know they don't. Because there are tongue-in-cheek references that I make through my speech and through my videos that people would catch on to eventually, but people still question the way I speak and question the way I go about my day. And it's like, you would have known this if you watched any of my videos. There's context in everything I say. But that's asking for too much out of people, of course. And, one of these days, probably within the next year or two, or well, next year, I will start up another draft league. And it'll be probably on Showdown or Wi-Fi. I don't know yet. And whoever wants to join can join, but I'm just going to keep it a stack. If I find you to be a dramatic person, you're not going to be able to join. If I find you to be a bitch, you're not going to join. And especially if you're having blocked on Twitter or if you just having blocked on Discord. This is one person who does, and I'll talk about it with somebody else later, but it's very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know why. I just don't like the drama that comes with this Pokemon shit, honestly, at the end of the day, too. A lot of these people are like talking shit behind people's back and then they'll deny it. And it's like, just confront. Just go talk to the person. Just tell them, hey, blah, 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 and then be done with the fucking shit. Why must you talk behind people's backs? Are you that so fucking scared just to confront somebody and be like, hey, listen? I don't know. And I'm in that position too sometimes. But at the end of the day, probably today, maybe, I'll probably tell 5 people, hey, man, here's what's been happening. Here's how I feel about you. And I only tell it to them because I want to be genuine and honest. Instead of, being this guy who's a hypocrite, I'd rather practice what I preach. So I'll probably do that at the end of today of when I'm recording this video, which is on Monday, the 18th of July, 2022. And if you don't get a DM, that means clearly you weren't one of those people. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of people are less confrontational in a community of people who love to talk shit and love to get angry about fucking Pokemon, dude. Like, come on, get your fucking life together, you fucking weirdo. But whoever has to hear that message will not hear that message. And I know they won't because, like I said earlier, I'm not going to repeat it. There's some guy out there who's going to complain that I repeated the same thing over and over again, where this is me speaking from my heart and from my mind. I guess moving forward, a lot of the people in my community, you know who you are. I'm sorry if my uploads haven't been consistent, and I'm sorry if I just haven't been consistent. Sorry to a lot of people who probably are expecting me to do a lot more. It's just that once work started putting me on some more hours, at least this past week and now this week that I'm recording this, and then I'm going to go on vacation next week and everything else. I mean, I'll be able to finally puzzle together what I really want to do. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I would love to do more than I'm doing right now, but if the views and the comments and everything else aren't there, then I'm not going to want to do it, They're definitely motivating, and recording for me is definitely also a motivator. If I can't record, I'm not, or if people can't record and I can't record in total, then I'm not going to want to do anything. That's just how it is. You guys have been sticking around me for so many years, so I thank you guys all, everybody in my community. Even after I got hacked, everybody that joined the Discord because they knew, among anything else, that I had like a ton of members, and now I have like 30 or 40 less members than in my last server. And that's for good reason. You know, a lot of people were only in my server just because, you know, they like to take up space. And that's cool. By the end of the day, I know who the real ones are, who the real ones that are going to be sticking around are, and the people who really care about the content that I make. You know? So there's that. So thank you for that. Sorry that I haven't been as consistent as I've promised. Life likes to fuck me up a lot, but that happens. The last thing I wanted to really say is no. Uh by the time this video goes up, I don't know when this video is going up, but I'll reiterate it again. It's the 18th of July, 2022. Um I will just tell everybody here who watches this video. Victoria's probably not going to watch till this point, so I can say it. I am going to propose on our vacation. And, you know, I'm going to keep trying to raise money to at least move out of this apartment, get into a better apartment, and everything else. I've been raising money recently just for bills and such to help Victoria since I wasn't getting that many hours. But now that hours are kind of turning up, I don't really need it as much. So I will be making a new fund just for that kind of stuff, probably. By the time this video comes out, you'll have already seen me promote it on Twitter, and you'll understand. For the ones who get here, of course, because a lot of people aren't going to get to this point in the video. So there's that. But yeah, officially be my fiance, and probably in like 2 years, because it's not going to happen next year. But in like 2 years, we'll get married, and then we'll be a happy little family. She'll be my wife officially. Because I like calling her my wife because she really is just the most important person in my life. And I've dated a lot of people in my life. Believe me, no one compares to Victoria. And I've been waiting to do this. I just need to call her mom once I get the ring, send her a photo, and then call her and be like, hey, did you get my photo? And be like, hey, do you approve? Because her mom's very traditional, so I have to make sure I do that first, of course. But yeah, you know, that'll be a thing. Felt like telling you guys here, whoever gets to this point. Just don't comment anything, please, about it. Because Victoria, even if she doesn't watch the video or she gets this far, like, be careful. Like this will probably come out in a week or two, probably when we're out at Disney and such. It'll be like an auto upload or whatever, or premiere, whatever the fuck. An update video. So there's that. But yeah, man, that's happened. Very, very big decisions there, man. Because I never thought I'd get to this point where I would want to get married or even have kids. And let me tell you, this is not. This definitely through everything I've gone through. This was not something I was expecting to ever have happen. But hey, it's happening. So be ready. I guess on a last note, just going through what's going on in my brain, you know, a lot of my friends who need help or a lot of my friends who are going through a lot, just know that I'm here for you and you can always DM me. I know everybody loves to say that shit on the internet or in Discord vent chats or whatever, but I genuinely mean that. I read every message I get, even if you decide to delete it after like a few minutes go by because I didn't respond to you in 0.02 seconds. I have notifications set up so that I will see things even through Do Not Disturb. So if you ever need anything or ever need somebody just to talk to, I'm always here. And that doesn't mean you can just DM me all the time, of course. Obviously, we both have lives. But if you're going through something or you just need to talk to somebody about certain subjects, I'm always here. And what a lot of people don't know is that I'm rather knowledgeable about a bunch of shit. I just come off as a very silly person. And I meme a lot of the time because a lot of people would rather hear somebody meme than rather hear them talk seriously about anything. But I assure you, I'm a very serious person behind the scenes. I'm a very thoughtful and articulate person. It just takes a lot to get to that point because I don't take a lot of my friends seriously at all. And for good reason, mind you. A lot of my friends are ironic in the way they post memes, or very weird about the way they post memes, or just weird in general. Um, you know, and a lot of my friends are not very serious about what the hell they want to do with their life. Obviously, they don't need to be. We're in our mid 20s, but I just think that a lot of people don't understand when I say I take things very seriously, or that I am a very serious person. I came up not like I came up with a very good life, but I was definitely doing things the hard way a lot of my life when I just shouldn't have, but I did. And it really taught me a lot about different subjects that you would never even guess I knew about. Hell, I surprised one of my friends by knowing their fucking, I think, grandfather or something, because I'm very much into music and music theory and such. But you would have never known that without asking. So, you really do need somebody, I'm there. And obviously, I need people in my corner too, but honestly, I have Victoria and I have other people that I specifically talk to. So you don't have to be there for me, but just rest assured, I'll be there for you in this context. That's it, man. This is my stream of thoughts update kind of sort of thing. There's a bunch of things I talked about, and just for reference, I have a very good memory. So if ever I can't list it off now, believe me, I remember everything I hear and everything that is said to me. Be careful. Regardless, thank you guys for listening. Whoever made it to this point in the video, in your comment the word bagel. At least I'll know that you got all the way here. And I'll heart your comment specifically. Then I know that you got there. People will probably try to edit their comments or whatever, but I'll be able to see. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. And for the month of August and moving forward, let's try to get to 1,000 subscribers, and maybe perchance, let's see how this different content thing works, shall we? Peace out, and talk to you guys next time.